Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. Man, some of y'all tripping about this R. Kelly mess. This trial, with all these revelations coming out, I cannot get away from this story because what they're doing is daily. They are posting like what occurred in court that day, which witness spoke and what the witness had to say. Y'all, y'all. Now, let me tell you why I started the video off the way that I did, saying that some people are tripping. Who is R. Kelly? Y'all, everybody cannot be lying on this man. Now, let me just speak to those people who are die-hard R. Kelly fans. You don't know him. All you know is his music. I don't care what happened to him when he was little, because there are millions of other sex abuse survivors who don't reoffend, who do not take another person through what they went through, the pain that they experienced as a child. So, bump that. I'm sorry. When he started abusing other people, my sympathy and empathy for him ended. Now, when I'm talking to these people who are diehard R. Kelly fans, I don't know what more y'all want. Because my question is this: if these witnesses produce corroborating evidence, meaning dates, times, they check R. Kelly's credit cards, and he did fly them to these different places, or they did travel with him, blah, 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 the whole nine. Then what? Y'all talked about these little girls being fast. Well, we're now finding out that he was messing with little boys too, okay? Little teenage boys. The one young man that testified mentioned that R. Kelly met him at McDonald's, invited him, I guess, to the studio. When the boy expressed that he had an interest in music, R. Kelly basically asked him, what would you do to break into the music industry? Like, how far would you go? And then, from what this young man is saying, they had relations, and then he introduced him to, I guess, some other people, young men, that were willing to have relations with R. Kelly as well. Y'all, my thing is still this. It still goes back to this. Ultimately, you could talk about what the parents did or didn't do, how fast the little girls were, the willingness of the people to accept R. Kelly's money, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is R. Kelly had a choice. He did not have to engage in sexual acts with any of these young people. At what point do you start saying to yourself, you know what? Maybe if I get caught, if this comes up again or if this comes out, I could get in trouble for this. Proof that he knew he was doing wrong. He was lying, cheating, stealing, hiding, all that. When you think your shit don't stink, you don't go through all that. In other words, if he thought that there was nothing wrong with what he was doing, why was he hiding it? You know, why was he paying security to keep these girls in, houses and you know, escort them places? Why are you doing all that? You know, at some point, these die-hard R. Kelly fans have just got to face the fact that Kels is a freak. You know, he got issues. All of these words that are scrolling down this screen, this describes R. Kelly. He is not a god, y'all. Get over it. Y'all so caught up in his freaking music, his celebrity, his money, and all of that. Did y'all forget that this fool is human? Meaning he's infallible. He can do stuff, unspeakable things. And it sounds like to me that's exactly what he did. Fuck the parents. I don't care if they drop them girls off butt naked. When they got to R. Kelly's door, he could have said, hell no, don't let her in here. Next thing I know, they be trying to point the finger at me. And that would have stopped all of this. You know? Y'all keep on talking about, well, the parents accepted money. But what about the parents? They deserve some liability. No. At the end of the day, R. Kelly had a choice. Just like we all have choices. And he chose to do what he wanted to do. And that's why his punk ass is standing in court today. Get over it, R. Kelly fans. Get over it. This type of thinking is exactly why this shit went on for years. I don't want to hear about Elvis. I don't want to hear about Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, uh, Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't want to hear about none of them. You know why? They were not messing with black girls. Now, like I said in one of my previous videos, I feel for the white women and young white girls that they were messing with. But let's focus here. We're talking about R. Kelly, not them. You know, we're talking about R. Kelly messing with young black girls, teenagers, teenage boys. Ew. Y'all still feel sorry for him? I don't know, y'all. I don't feel no sympathy, empathy, nothing. Because my thing is, until he proves that he didn't do it, and he better come with receipts, as they call it. Because, like I said, they could subpoena his financial records, subpoena, different documents to corroborate these witnesses' testimony, and this bastard is going to be screwed. He's going to be up the river without a paddle. And that's exactly where he should be. Because all these folks ain't lying on this fool. All these people not lying on him. So you mean to tell me that they all got in who's he ain't got no money no more? What they gonna get? Then the public shame of what they're on the stand describing, especially these young men, you know, having the courage to sit there and describe what was done to them. I even read today that he had a boxing ring and he had women under it, young girls under it, because we're not going to call them women. We're going to call it exactly what it was. Young girls under it, and when he snapped his fingers, he expected them to come out and perform sexual acts on him, and not only him, but people in his entourage, other men that were there with him. He was a controlling freak. And that's all I got to say once again about this R. Kelly mess. Get over it, R. Kelly fanatics. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch my video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.